Welcome everyone. Today we are making oil-free poha. So poha is flattened rice. These are all the ingredients I'm using over here. That's a cup of frozen peas. There's some coriander leaves with stems, 2 medium potatoes, 2 green chillies, and a 1.5 medium onion. So I'm taking, it'll turn out to be about 2 cups of vegetables. So I'm going to take 2 cups of poha, which is the flattened rice, and then I don't know what came over me and I decided to add a little bit more, but 2 cups of poha really is enough for this amount of vegetable. So here is everything nicely chopped up. I've soaked and washed the poha. I've defrosted the veggies just with some hot water. I've got the potatoes, they're still raw, but I've diced them up into small dices and I've diced up the onions, etc. So to start off, I've heated a pan on my stove top and I've added some mustard seeds, which I'm going to lightly roast. The heat is on medium, but the pan obviously has become quite hot, and that's fine. The mustard seeds need the heat to kind of release the aroma. I'm going to add to it a cumin seed. So I've used about half a teaspoon each of the mustard seeds and the cumin seeds. And now I'll brown the mustard seeds just a little bit. And once it's a little brown and fragrant, I will add the curry leaves. So yes, in my ingredients, I didn't cover it audibly, but in the audio, but you could have seen the curry leaves. I had 2 sprigs. I've taken the leaves off the stem and added it over here. So I chopped up the coriander stems separately, and I've added these over here because these stems I will cook. The leaves are for garnishing on top. And I'll use about half of the onions that I had chopped up. I'm going to add those to the pan as well. And the other half I'm keeping for topping later on. And at this point, I'll add, I'm just kind of dry roasting the onion for about 30 seconds. And I will add in the diced potatoes, which are raw. And here they go in. I've discarded the water that they were soaking in, so a little bit of the extra starch has gone out. So my potatoes are in. They'll cook with the onions themselves and the flavor of the curry leaves, so it'll get all nice and yummy. But I will add some salt over here to taste. I've added about half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder. And to this I'll add a couple of tablespoons of water and stir it all up and combine it nicely, and then I will cover it and allow it to steam on medium for 5 minutes. So I'll put the timer on and just forget about it. Don't keep opening it. Let the potatoes steam. Here it is after 5 minutes. I'll give it a stir and I'll test the potatoes. They should be parboiled at this time, so that's good. I will here I'm going to go in and test my potato. Yes, it's parboiled. I'll add my peas, and now the potatoes and peas along with a couple of more tablespoons of water will steam together. I'll cover it and allow it to steam for another 5 minutes. So in 10 minutes in total for both the vegetables, they'll be fully cooked. I'm just I'm just pulling the edges in, because if anywhere it will stick and burn, it's on the edges because of the way the heat is distributed on the gas stove. So here it is after an additional 5 minutes. And you can probably hear my timer go. I'm going to move it around. I'll taste it, adjust the spices and the salt a bit. And the potatoes are looking cooked right now, but I will taste it so that I can adjust the spices as I need to. So I'm going to add also some dhania powder and a little bit of garam masala. So 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala and half a teaspoon of dhania powder. And then I will add the soaked and, now this poha is very delicate at this point, this flattened rice. And really when you wash it and soak it, do not soak it for more than a minute. In fact, just washing it is probably enough. And when you add it at this stage, because it's sitting over there, I had it sitting without the water, so it's very delicate, so you have to combine it very gently. And once it's well combined, I will top it with some onions and green chilies and coriander. Now we don't, we don't have much formality in our house, so the pan that it gets cooked in is the pan that will get served. But if you were serving it in another serving dish, so at this point you can take it out in your serving dish. But really, I still have my heat on because I like the edges and the base a little bit brown, so it's browning while I'm doing all my topping. I also did add a little bit of lemon juice earlier, and I will top it with chaat masala after I have all my garnishes on, which was again coriander leaves, green chilies, and onion. I will top it liberally with some chaat masala, and then I'll give it another dash of lemon. I had put a couple of teaspoons earlier, and now I will add another couple of teaspoons, just using the cap as a measure. And at this point, I will cover it and turn off the heat and just let it sit for a few minutes before I serve it up. And it's actually quite good without the oil. It's nice and soft. And here is my serving. As you can see, I topped it with a little extra onions and coriander just to make it look nicer. I didn't need it, but it was excellent, and I hope you make it and enjoy.